folks. Check the first comment below this video to learn how to get the design space file. And if you'd like to learn how to assemble it, keep watching. Before we get started assembling and embossing this card, I thought I'd just run through the pieces that you'll have when you cut it out. So you have all these little bits that are snow trim, and you have a holly and a bow. These are optional, of course. You can use them or not, or use a real bow to decorate the window. We have 2 full window frames, and we have one that's just the outside, the perimeter, and our acetate cut out to make the window. And when you cut just the perimeter piece, you're going to have this inside, this negative cut. Keep it. When you emboss your plate, you're going to want a plain layer behind the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree is print and cut, and I added a rectangle over the pot so it would cut off. You can remove that rectangle and cut it by hand if you want to, but if you leave the pot on, it's going to extend below the window frame and look very strange because it's supposed to be inside the window. You have your layer to emboss, a silver background layer. That's why I cut the bow in Design Space, so I could have the matching bow. And you have your card layer. So the card layer is just very simple. 1 score line right down the center, drawn by my Cricut machine. We'll just fold it in half. So before we get started layering, I'm going to emboss this panel, and I'll show you what folder I use to emboss it. Be right back. This folder that I'm going to use is called Versailles Frame. It's again from the Anna Griffin Mix and Match set that I've been using to make my cards. This one is a square embossing. I like that for this card. So we'll go ahead and insert our panel. Try to center it up so it looks nice and even on the card. We'll close it up. Don't worry about the center. You're going to be covering it with that plain cutout I showed you at the beginning. We only need 1 B plate. And we'll go ahead and emboss. Ooh, the cracking noise. It's a relatively new plate, and it sometimes makes a cracking noise when you pass it through the embossing, through the Cuttlebug. So you can see the decoration there. Our tree will extend over. We'll take a look at not using a plain panel to see how decorative it looks and if we like it. So I'm going to get set up to assemble the card. I'll be right back. And we're all set to start assembling our card. I laid this out just to take a look at the embossing. I don't know if you can see it because of the reflection on the acetate, but I kind of like the embossing that's showing behind the window. So I'm not going to use this plain piece this time. It's optional. It's completely up to you if you want to use it, but I like the way this looks, so I'm not going to use it. Put this aside. We'll start by adding our layers to the card. You'll have an extra plain white layer to put on the inside. You can add your sentiment to it, either print and cut or write it on, however you prefer. And that will be in the file. We're going to add some adhesive to our layers and get them attached to the card so we can start decorating. I'm using a silver layer on this card. I think it would be pretty with gold too, but my other cards were done with gold, so to make this one a little more different, I use silver. And we'll add our layer. A little extra adhesive on the side, we'll just brush that away. We'll add our embossed layer over that. I think I like it this way. Add some adhesive. And we'll center it up. Then we can start decorating. There we go. So the first thing we're going to do is add our tree. We'll add our tree to this. And I'm going to make it just a bit lower so I don't cover the decoration at the top. That looks about right. And for the window frame, you have, as I showed you before, two pieces with the complete window frame, including the braces in the center, and you have this plain one, just the perimeter of the window. So, because I don't want the acetate to sit flat on, I'm going to use one with the frame. I'm going to add my acetate to that. One with the complete frame, add my acetate. Put just a plain layer in the middle, the perimeter layer in the middle. And then my full frame on top. And when you'll do it, you'll see that it gives the acetate more dimension. So that's how we're going to layer it. So we'll start with this full frame and we'll add some adhesive. You can just put the adhesive around the perimeter. It's not necessary in the center, but if you prefer, you can add it to the center too. There we go, that looks good. Add a little more here. And we'll add our acetate layer to that. Line it up. There. And that adhesive will dry clear, but also it won't show because we're going to put more layers on top of it. So we'll take our layer that is the perimeter only and cover that up. Some adhesive on this. And I like having the 3 layers because it gives more dimension to the window and helps it to pop out more from the card. And the window is really your focal point, so you want it to pop out more. There we go. Got a little adhesive there. I'll clean it off. And then we'll put this layer right on top to finish our window frame. I really like this art glitter glue. I hadn't tried it till now. I'd heard so much about it, but I hadn't tried it because it's not readily available in Canada. So I finally ordered from Amazon. It took a long time to get here, but at last I have it. And this is going to go right on top of your Christmas tree. Adorable. Okay. Okay, so we're going to add adhesive now to attach the window frame to the card. There we go. Push that over, make sure it's centered. There. That's pretty. So you have that dimension by using 3 layers. You can see it. It makes the window frame pop out from the card. I think you can see it like that. So we have some additional things we can add to the card. So I have, again, a white holly. I like to keep it tone on tone, so I'm using white for the holly. And of course, it's all a matter of personal taste. It's your card. You're making it. So if you decide to add more color to it, please do go ahead. Please don't forget to post pictures in my group so I can see how you made it. I'll add my little bow. To the window. That's cute. And then we have our snow. And this, of course, is optional if you want to use it or not. That's completely up to you. It's another element, so I'll put it on the card. Just add a little adhesive. We'll add it to the window frame. And I cut these in plain Cricut cardstock, but you could actually cut them in glitter. I think I'll add some stickles to it. Not stickles, I'm sorry. Wink of Stella, clear Wink of Stella, just to give it a little sparkle, like real snow. There we go. Just making sure I'm not doing them upside down. These are complete. The snow is completely optional. Don't add it if you don't want to. Almost did that one backwards. And a little one for the top. And our last one. And I'll add a little Wink of Stella. I want to make sure it doesn't come out too fast first though. There we go. And I'm just going to add it to the snow to give it some glitter. It's turning out cute. And all these extra little pieces are completely optional. You can change them any way you want to make the card more personal. So there we have it. There's our card. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you for watching.